Hi again. Thanks for joining me for another video. Um, this time I am going to read the start of Time Stealers, Timekeepers Chronicles 1. This is the new cover. It was republished by Page Turner Press and Media. The end of this summer 2022. I thought if you hadn't read this story, that I might be able to invite you into this world. The blog, this one anyway, it changes with each publication. Even after hundreds of years as a timekeeper, Grant Stone still doesn't know much about his charges, the shadowy beings known as time wraiths who live in clocks. Like the other keepers in the world, he is only aware that these mysterious beings can devastatingly affect humanity by altering the perception of time. Because of this, their jobs are to keep mechanical clocks working, for the good ones to live in, and trap the bad ones in clockwork vaults. This all changes when someone enters Grant's life. A type of keeper that had never existed before reveals more about the time wraiths than that they had ever known, and uncovers a danger that lurks nearby, a danger that threatens the existence of humans and wraiths alike. Can Grant convince the other keepers of this approaching danger as he observes the wraiths' sudden change in their behavior after centuries of living with them? Okay, that was the blog. That was the blurb. Now, okay, so the prologue. I like what Page Turner did. That's awesome. They have it with each chapter. Anyway, prologue. Steps thudded on ancient cobblestones. The measured beat echoed off the crumbling brick walls of the narrow alley. The deep dark of night, with heavy swirling fog, masked the source of the sound, making it mysterious and hollow. Farther up the valley, a floodlight burned, causing the fog to form concentric halos as the light reflected off suspended droplets. At the edge of the light's reach, a dark spot of shadow stood motionless. The shadow was a cloaked person, anonymous in the folds of fabric hiding face and form. The draped head slowly turned toward the sound of the footsteps. As the footsteps drew nearer, a shadowy figure emerged out of the curtain of fog. This was another cloaked and hooded person. Since neither was startled by the presence of the other, an onlooker would sense that this meeting was planned to be secret, and to remain secret. The walking figure stopped within a foot of the other. "Were you followed?" the waiting person asked in a loud whisper that betrayed a masculine tenor. No pleasantries had been expected. They were there for business only. The other figure replied, also whispering in male, "No, no one. No one knows anything." The first chuckled evilly. As to be expected, they are idiots. "How can you be sure this will work?" The whispered voice quavered slightly with anxiety. "It will," he assured as his hands emerged from the heavy folds of his cloak. The other stepped back quickly, a reaction that revealed his high state of anxiety. "Come on, they don't bite," he snapped sharply as he thrust them out impatiently. "Use these as we had discussed." The other figure reached out timidly to take a bag filled with angular objects, sharp corners pressing against the fabric, and a long plastic device. He briefly looked them over before he hid them in the folds of his cloak. "When?" "Any time," the first answered with a shrug. Suddenly he laughed harshly. "Any time, get it?" He continued to chuckle at his joke. The other nodded slightly, a polite response to the joke, but not amused. "I can rule the world with these," he stated firmly, confidence blooming within a veiled question. The first quit laughing and glared at him, his dark eyes burning from the dark depths of his hood. "Those will get them to gain you the world." He stabbed a lone, long finger in the air at the other's face. The other stepped back warily. He nodded curtly and walked off, heading in the opposite direction of the way he came. He quickly disappeared into the thick fog. He seemed to be in a hurry to either get to the task at hand or to get away from the sinister figure he had just dealt with. The cloaked and hooded figure stayed in the alleyway. He remained unmoving in the shadows. He faced the direction from where his visitor had come, his head cocked to listen for another set of footsteps. As he waited, a grating chuckle escaped from lips stretched in a sinister smile. The subdued light glinted off a gold tooth.